Good morning. Oh, people here already. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Friday again. End of January. Madness. Madness. Good morning, Emma. Good morning, Luna. Good morning, Steve. Got my coffee and a biscuit. That's a good start to the day. I've had my smoothie with all my fruits and stuff. Wasn't a fried breakfast, but Eric's asleep. You right there? Hello. Did I wake you up? Oh, that was mean, wasn't it? That was mean. It's a good boy. It's a good boy. There we are. You haven't had your coffee yet, have you? Good boy. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Candy. Good morning, Susan. It is sunny out there. Blue sky. Still a little bit chilly, but the daffodils are out. Yeah. Actually, there's all sorts of random things still out. Roses and pelargoniums and all sorts of things. It's very bizarre. The camellia is flowering away. Best flower for money magic ever. Yes, Maria, you did. You made it. Yay. Good morning, Jane. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Lolly from a soggy Lincoln. Yeah, it rained all night, but there's no rain this morning. It is a blue sky. Good morning, Christy. Christine's awake. Yeah, it's a good start. Good morning, Jackie. Like your cushions. Thank you. Yeah, I've got a bit of an Art Deco going on in here. This way as well. Yeah. All yellow, gold, black. I do love Art Deco. Good morning, Steve. Room looks nicely decorated. Thank you. Yes, I am in the newly renovated spare room. It has been all sorts of things over the years. Been in this house for 30 years now. Started off as my dressing room, pre-children. Then it became the nursery. Then it's been a bedroom. It's been a witchy room. It's been a dumping room. Now it's, had to be completely renovated because it was basically falling apart. New window and all that jazz. Yeah, it's very nice, very cheerful, kind of. There's a calm energy in here, which is lovely. So we have a day bed for me to sit on and do my podcast, my recording, and for Eric to sit on, but also for eldest and her hubby and granddaughter to stay. I've got an altar up here and all my podcast stuff set up. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Sorry, getting prompted by links. Kitchen Witch online retreat next Saturday, 7th of February, 10 till 4, online, Zoom, with myself, Heather and Ness for the day, pretty much. We'll be doing meditations and rituals and crafting and all sorts of things. There are a couple of spaces left if we squeeze people in. Good morning, Claire. Good morning, Lucky Fairy. Good morning, Monique. Thank you, Lucky Fairy. Yeah, it's a nice space in here. We do like it. Jane, it's not sunny in Chadwell Heath. It's grey, damp and yucky. We'll send some sunshine your way. So I'm looking this way because I can see out the window from here. We'll send some your way. Maria says it's freezing. Yeah, it's not warm, but it's good. Emma, is it a witchy room again? Kind of, but not. It's, what do they call it? A flexi room. It will be various things whenever we need it to be. But yes, it is my space to come and meditate and drum and all sorts of things. So yeah, it's all good. Good morning, Tony. Maria, yes, the room is finished now, yeah, but it had to be literally renovated from top to bottom. It had to be completely replastered. There'd been leaks. There was Artex. There were cracks. The window was falling apart. It had to be literally done from top to bottom. And the good lads, they did it brilliantly. It is half a witchy room, Emma, yes. Good morning, Louise. Monique, looking forward to the retreat. It should be a laugh. Yeah, we're looking forward to it too. Good morning, Nicola, from a very wet Enfield. Yeah, I think we've sent the rain elsewhere today. Christine, damp here. I know because I went to get the bin in and it's cold. Roll on summer, I need more sunshine. Oh, I know. I like the cool, the crisp. It is. Spring is on the way. I mean, we're in bulk, aren't we, coming up? But the Kalach is fighting back still. She is hanging on in there. Jane, let's get some of these up. Jane. Oh, is that what it's called? A bed with lots of cushions is a day bed. No and yes. It's got a frame, side and back. So a frame on the end and at the back, but no frame on this side, obviously. So it is like a bed because it's got a header and a footer, but it's also got a metal back to it. They call it a day bed because you can sit on it as a sofa, take the cushions off, and it's a single bed. Yeah, it's all clever stuff. It's just handy to have. It works. It works. Good evening, Zephora. Good morning, Cliff. Getting over a cold. Oh, yeah. I hope you feel better soon. Jane, it's a witchable room. It is. It is. Jackie, dull and raining in Romford. That sounds like the title of a song. Good morning, Karen. Oh, Amanda, it is. Rachel's room of requirement. It is, because it will be used for whatever we need it to be. That's brilliant. Good morning, Pia. Good morning, Paul. Christine's got a drum. Yes, it has. I've got two drums, actually. I have the drum that I birthed, which we'll talk about today. Sound magic today. Yeah, I made this drum. Complete with my frog drum spirit guide, but I've also got my bowrun here as well. So two drums. So I have my bowrun here as well. Mainly because, lovely as this is, and it's made of Scottish stag hide, when it's not warm, it sounds like you're hitting a rice pudding. So if I'm up here doing drumming with bowrun, which is goat skin, is much better because it sounds like a drum and not rice pudding. Good morning, Diane. Cliff, the room looks like Raffles Hotel. Just need a little palm tree. That's very Art Deco. Palm trees are very Art Deco. Jane, just realised I'm wearing the socks in your profile pic. Useful. Good morning, Katie. The dog's just hidden completely under the blanket. Where's your head gone? No, that's his butt. All right, handsome. Yeah. Oh, look, a biscuit. That was lucky. You have to walk further to deliver the coffee now.
Yeah, upstairs.
Thank you. Good boy. Yeah, it's a good boy. And of course, there's room for Eric to sit next to me. He's very pleased about that. So yeah, today, sound magic. I recorded a podcast in the week with the very lovely Geraldine Byrne, and she's written a book on Irish sound folk magic. And it got me thinking, it did get me thinking about sound and about how we use it in magic. But when I was talking to Geraldine, it wasn't just about drumming or gongs or crystal bowls. It was about the sounds all around you and everyday sounds. So that kind of inspired the subject for today. Do you work with sound magic? How do you work with it? And she was very much about listening to all of the sounds, not just the ones that you think of as magical or inspiring or whatever it might be. Everyday sounds as well. So that's the subject for today, sound magic. Do you use it? How do you use it? Are there particular sounds that you think of as magical? Are there particular sounds that you use in your magic? So yeah, that's the subject for today. And drumming, yes, absolutely, it's brilliant. Gongs, I do love a gong. I've got a gong downstairs. Need to bring that up at some point. I love a gong sound bath. do not like singing bowls or crystal bowls. I'm sorry. I've never found one yet that resonates at the sound that works for me. All of them set my teeth on edge. So I guess that's part of it as well. Good sounds and bad sounds, or sounds that actually evoke something, a memory, a feeling, whether it is good or bad. There's lots of sounds, I think, that we associate with memories and things. I love the sound of seagulls. I'm very lucky. We live near the ocean, so I hear seagulls pretty much every day. But they remind me of my childhood, going on holidays. Seagulls I usually hear a lot if I am dealing with something emotional. Seagulls is one of the animals that I work with. So it is sounds that evoke memories and feelings, but from a magical point of view as well. Yeah, that's the subject for today. Good morning, Holly. Monique, we've been going to drumming too, just got head drums. I do love a drum. I actually really like the big floor standing timpani drums. I love the deep sound that they make. That you can feel it here. It's fabulous. I love the sound of a Harley Davidson motorbike. And that actually is where you feel the sound. For many years, we went to Harley Davidson bike rallies because Pete's band gigged there. And they would do a ride out on a Saturday morning down to Weymouth Seafront. And you'd stand by the gate of the holiday park where we all stayed. And 500 Harley Davidsons would wheel past. And you could feel the sound in your chest. Amazing sound. Absolutely amazing. That for me is sound magic, when you feel it, when it evokes something for you. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Louise. Let's get that up. What small sound rituals can those without instruments or drums do? Well, this is what I was talking to Geraldine about as well. You don't need an instrument. You don't need a drum. If you want to make a drum-like sound, you can clap, you can hit a biscuit tin or a Tupperware box, you can clink a glass. You don't need an instrument. You don't need something musical. Your voice is sound. Your voice works from the words that you speak, and words are power. If you can sing, I cannot. But I still sing along to favourite songs and things. Humming is brilliant because that's a really, really continuous, solid form of musical vibration. So literally anything. Bells work. If you've just got some bells literally from the craft shop, or an actual bell, that would work as well. But anything that makes a sound, hitting a saucepan with a wooden spoon, but your voice as well. Clapping, clicking your fingers, that's all sound. It's what works for you as well, I think. And it was a recognizing the sounds around you. Last night I was laying there thinking about it. I've taken, in the last year and a half or so, listening to an Audible book before I go to sleep. I've worked my way, well, I listen to the Sherlock Holmes stories over and over again anyway, but I've been working my way through all of the Agatha Christie Poirot books. I'd seen all of the episodes on television with the brilliant David Suchet and Hugh Fraser, but I've never read the books. So I've been listening to all of the books, and it's interesting to me anyway. David Suchet reads some of them, brilliant. But Hugh Fraser reads a lot of them. He played Hastings in the TV series, and I like his voice better than David Suchet reading them. I don't know what it is. Must be the tone of the voice. Maybe it's the pace that they read. But for me, Hugh Fraser reads them a million times better. One of the books I downloaded was read by a lady actress. Could not listen to it. Couldn't even get 5 minutes into it because her voice wasn't right for it. And actually, all of the Sherlock Holmes ones I've got are English male voices, because to me, that's Sherlock Holmes. I've tried it again with a woman reading it. It didn't work. It's whether it is because Poirot is a chap and Sherlock Holmes is a chap, and I don't know what it is, but I think that kind of echoes that sound vibrations have to work for you. They are quite individual. The sound that works for you might not work for someone else. But it's also about listening to the sounds outside. So I was laying there last night trying to go to sleep, trying to switch my brain off after listening to my book. And because I'm on the edge of the city, I could hear the hum of traffic. We aren't right in the city, we are on the outskirts, but there's a motorway not far away, and I could hear the hum of it. And it was actually quite soothing because it's a continuous kind of hum. I can hear it now. And it's quite comforting, really, I think. I have tinnitus, so I've always got a high pitched whistling in my ear, but I can hear the hum, and it is quite comforting. So it is about listening to all. It's not about standing in a forest and listening to birds and animals, and which is lovely. I get birds here, 4 o'clock on a summer morning. The birds wake me up here, but it's about recognizing that all sounds can be magical. The sound of my husband's key in the door when he comes home from a gig at 2 o'clock in the morning. As soon as I hear that key in the door, that's a comfort sound, and I can go to sleep then. It is lots of different sounds from all around you. And it makes them magical, I think, because it inspires you to feel, to have an emotion of some sort. From a magical point of view, definitely your voice, because you speak spells, you chant, you say words of power, you can hum as you're doing things. I use music in ritual a lot to cast the ritual. I might play, and I'm not talking the plinky plonky lift music, meditation music. We've talked about this before. AC/DC, Metallica, Jimmy Somerville, doesn't matter as long as it works for you, because sound evokes feelings, emotions, thoughts. So work with whatever tools you've got to hand, really. I can't remember who I've said good morning to now. So good morning, probably again, Angela, Louise, Lucky Fairy. Yes, I use subliminal a lot, frequencies and stuff. The sound of birds chirping is so damn soothing and makes me feel awesome at the start of the day. Yes. Birds chirping is nature. It is life around you, and it is lovely to wake up to. It's life. I think that is part of it as well. All of these sounds, like someone here snoring, is sound that makes you think of life. Cliff, birdsong, very spiritual. Yes, often listen to birdsong at work through my headphones. Nice. There's an Elementary episode, which is a brilliant series, and he listens to the sound of buzzing bees. Sherlock listens to buzzing bees on his headphones because he finds it calming, focusing, and good for his mind, which I quite like the idea of too. Maria, it's whatever's on your level of vibrational energy. Yeah, I think that's the important part. Sound is a vibration. So it is going to affect different people differently, whether it resonates with you or not. And different sounds will bring different kind of feelings and thoughts with it. It is very personal, I think. Christine, remember doing meditation to someone drumming? It resonated with me and still brings back great memories for me. Meditating to a drum is probably my favorite way of meditating. I find the beat, the rhythm, and especially if you can feel it as well. And that's important as well, is to open all of your senses, to not just hear the sounds, but to feel them as well. Yeah, drumming works for me, absolutely. Lucky Fairy. Rain sounds are similar for me. Yes, feel extremely soothing mixed with the smell of the soil. Yes, magical. Rain, I think, again, you get a rhythm, don't you? You get a beat to it. For me, the ocean. The ocean works really well as well. I love the sound of the waves crashing. Beautiful sound. Steve. Sound and scent are two of the most evocative. They are. They absolutely are. They do spark memories and feelings. Diane, those deep, deep sounds are the sounds of the earth for me. Yeah, and I think that's like the hum of the traffic. It is life going on all around you. It reminds us of who we are, where we are, I guess, and that we are all human beings in this whole big world together. Uh, I think as well, sometimes I meditate in the garden in the summer, and you can hear dogs barking a couple of doors down, or children playing, and the traffic, and or children in the school playground a bit further down. It's about connecting, I think, with those sounds. Not thinking, oh, it's not quiet, I can't concentrate. It's about recognizing that that is the sound of life going on around you, and it's actually really interesting to meditate and connect and acknowledge all of those sounds. Nicola, I use sound more for sound healing and cleansing. It works brilliantly, yes. Do love the vibration of birds singing, trees in the wind, connect with water, the movement and sound of it to give me messages for the day. That actually is, Geraldine was talking about that as well, about listening for messages in things. So although I hear the seagulls quite regularly, sometimes it's just the seagulls. But other times I'll actually think, oh, that's a message for me. So it is about listening so that you can recognize whether there are any messages in the sound as well. But sound is brilliant for cleansing, brilliant for healing, brilliant for cleansing. You can cleanse a room just by banging a pot and a pan. Absolutely. Very, very good for that. Jane, the sound I find gives me a complete reset is the high-pitched backing in Sherry by Suicide. It was in the Daisy perfume ad. It was. Makes me go completely gaga. Yeah, there are certain things, aren't there? We love Stargate Atlantis TV series. There's a part in the theme tune where there are just voices singing. They're not actually singing words. I Googled it. They are singing sounds. And that is so magical and so ethereal. But there are particular songs that I love that, yeah, there's parts of it and you think, oh, that is amazing. Yeah. Steve, hit rice pudding. I do love rice pudding. It is one of my favourites. But yeah, hitting a drum that sounds like a rice pudding, not fun. Emma, like how sounds come with vibrations. It's what it's all about, I think, isn't it? Sometimes I don't hear some sounds, so I look out the vibrations of a thing. The vibrations of going to music shows, crazy awesome when I think of that. Been to many a gig, obviously. And if you're too near the speakers, you can feel it. I do, as I understand it, people that are hard of hearing do feel the vibration of music. So they can actually experience the music by feeling the vibrations of it, which is beautiful. Where sometimes I make up words to songs as a spell and click my fingers to ground at the end. I think it's important when you're working the spell that you are specific. So words do matter. But I think sometimes it is just the sounds rather than the actual words, which it makes me think of a funny story. Well, we found it funny. Back in the day before computers, with Pete being in a band, they'd learn a new song, but they'd have to learn the words for it. So we would often have to sit and listen to the album, the record, that old, to listen to what the words were and write them down. So pause, stop that for a minute. Right, that line was fine unless you are listening to Dave Lee Roth. And there were a lot of words in his songs that we could not make head nor tails of. Roll forward a few years and Dave Lee Roth puts out his autobiography, and it turns out he actually made up words for some of his songs. So no wonder we couldn't work out what they were, because they weren't real words. Yeah, bless him. But yes, it's again, I think that is the sound of the word, isn't it? It is that the vibration of it rather than the actual word. Nicola, I like to tune into different sounds and to feel the vibration of that sound. Then I use that vibration to create some magic with it. Perfect. As it puts my vibration in a better space to create magic with. Perfect. Perfect. Jackie, love Agatha Christie. A collection of books that have facsimiles of the original covers. Nice. I love Poirot. Not so keen on Miss Marple, but I do love Poirot. Good morning, Ange from Pendle. Snow's giving it a try. Oh no, cold. Yeah, see, that's the Kalex still fighting back. I must admit, much love Poirot, Sherlock Holmes will always have top place for me in my choice of literary detectives. And, coffee's nice too. Tina, love the deep sounds. Feel it in my chest and stomach. It feels very base, animalistic, early human. Sorry, I can't think of the right term. No, that's, yeah. Basic of mankindish. But it is absolutely primordial. I think that's where each of us is different and the different sounds resonate with us individually. I don't like the crystal singing bowls. I don't like the brass singing bowls. Perhaps the pitch is too high. I like the deeper, lower drum, bass drum sounds. Personal choice. Louise, I've noticed the birds are a little louder this last week or so in the morning and in the dusky evenings. It really helps lift my spirits. Yes, perfect for doing that. Yeah, I think they're realising spring is, I won't say round the corner, but it's heading this way. Emma, Miss Marple wouldn't work with a male voice, I think. It wouldn't feel right because she's a lady and I associate her as such. Male would just be weird. That's the interesting thing. Listening to Hugh Fraser in particular read the Poirot stories, he does ladies' voices as well, lady characters, and they are so believable. He is so clever at doing all the different voices. It works. But yeah, I haven't found a female voice that works for that. Monique, maybe it's because you watch the TV program, you associate the book with the voices on the program. It could be, but I still prefer Hugh Fraser doing Poirot rather listening to him rather than David Suchet reading the books, if that makes sense. And Sherlock again, but maybe Sherlock because, I don't know, Sherlock has to be a British or an English voice for me as well. But maybe that's because of who he is as the character. I mean, Jeremy Brett is the definitive Sherlock for me from the classic Sherlock Holmes. I do love the Elementary version as well, even though it's completely off the base. Steve, so much of our surrounding that soundscape is ignored. It is, and I think that's perhaps because we are magical spiritual folk. It is something that we should do automatically. We should use our senses more than regular folk because we know there's a lot more out there. We know there's a lot more around us. I think actually for me, part of the magical practice is opening all of your senses and seeing things that aren't immediately seen with the naked eye and hearing things that aren't immediately obvious. If you can feel energy, can we hear it as well? I know there are folk that can hear electricity. I can hear a humming of computers and I recognise the sounds in the house of the heating system clicking in and that kind of thing. It is about being aware of all of the energies around us in sound form as well, I think, and that makes it very magical. Louise, AC/DC touch too much, good one. Though that makes me too excited to concentrate. It raises the energy though. Anything that is a high vibration like that has that beat to it will raise the energy. So it's brilliant for casting a circle in a ritual and raising energy in ritual to work some magic, and then you can channel that energy. I like some Native American music. I have an old CD with rain and thunder in it that my Reiki master gave me. Still absolutely love that and do yoga to it. Nice. It has to work. It has to work for you. I love a bit of Bollywood. Do love a bit of Bollywood. I quite often meditate to random things like The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. Excellent film. Brilliant soundtrack. I quite often meditate to that soundtrack. But it has to work for you. Louise. So we can use the sound of water to evoke the element of water or wind for air. Good point. And I think it is a point that is quite often missed in ritual. I've been to lots of rituals where people call in the quarters and they will read welcoming in the element of air, welcoming in the element of earth, blah, blah, blah. But they're not feeling it. They're not visualizing it. And that is a big part for me. You can't just read the words, you have to feel it. So absolutely, if you wanted to call in the element of water, play some waterfall music or some ocean music, visualize the image of water, but hear it. That would be absolutely perfect. That will really, really encompass calling in the quarters properly. Absolutely. Diane. Having been a beekeeper, I bet that the sound of bees, the gentle hum of a calm hive is very soothing. The roar of an angry one, not so much. No, I can imagine. Nicola, cat purring can help to heal broken bones for themselves. However, can help humans to heal as well. Played it from my phone to my ankle when I broke it. Interesting. I have to do the disclaimer in that if you have a broken bone, please go and seek medical help first, because that would be irresponsible of me otherwise. But I think there are sounds that are very, very healing and soothing. They do say, don't they, having a pet, stroking your dog, listening to your dog, listening to the cat purr, all very, very healing for the soul, definitely. And when I lived in Blackpool, I'd have songbirds in the morning from our back garden, but seagulls out the front. Yes, that's pretty much what we've got here. Sue, have the different soundscapes on an app. My go-to at the moment is a cat purring. Really helps me relax and sleep. I think in this modern day of mobile phones, it's brilliant, all the sound apps that they have. Perfect. Really a great track. Yeah, I do like a bit of AC/DC. Steve, I use different frequency tuning forks. Nice for healing and clearing space. You can feel the vibration of the space change and they're brilliant for healing. Never worked with tuning forks. Heard them, obviously. Never actually worked with them. Interesting. Yeah, it's vibration. To clear space. Perfect. Perfect. Angela. Villejuif-le-Poil, or something like that, bad French accent, is near us. It has bell and copper pot foundries. Most bells these days sound awful. I love the sound of a well-tuned bell. Maybe a copper pot or two as well. Yeah, that would work really well. Copper works well, I think, because not only will it sound funky, it conducts energy. So you've got a double whammy of energy there. Brilliant. Jane, listening to a tree trunk is amazing. Yes, the sloshing and talking. If it's windy, the creaking of the boughs above is like being on an old ship. Yes, you can hear the tree living. And if it's a little bit windy, the leaves of the trees making the noises they do. Perfect. And it is lovely to be in the middle of a forest or to be in a natural area and hear all of the sounds. But don't forget the middle of cities too, or your back garden, or your front room, or sitting on the side of a motorway. There are sounds all around us that are very magical. It's just about tuning into them. Steve, sound is obviously vibration, as such connects with us on a very physical way. Yes, back to quantum physics, science and magic, hand in hand, all the time, all the time. Oh, Louise, my kid's called Dave Lee Roth Simply Pop. Yeah, he is. He is. I think he's my husband's spirit animal. Louise, dog snoring, deeply relaxing. Yeah, it is. It is. Steve, made up words, cocktail twins. Yes. I think there's lots of people that did it back in the days before people could actually, stop the recording and actually listen to what they're singing. Let's just make the word up because it fits. Cliff, wind chimes. Yes. An alien wind harp in the garden. Yeah, lovely. Absorbing the energy of sound along with feeling a warm breeze and the sun in your face, very relaxing. We have several wind chimes in the garden. They are the bamboo ones, so they are nice, deep, echoing kind of sounds. I'm not a big fan of the tinkly ones, but the big bamboo ones are lovely, definitely. A harp, actually, one. This is musical instruments. Not all of those are going to make you feel calm or happy, or some of them are going to make you go, or. I love the sound of drums, obviously, but I love the sound of a harp. Beautiful, beautiful sound. Violin, not so much. So yeah, that's a personal thing as well, I think. Good morning, Kerry and Ebony. Oh, Angela has a small didgeridoo. Still packed away. Gifted it by my Antipodean friend before she passed away. Going to find it and play with it. Love sounds that I can hear and feel. I would have, yes, that one's going to really feel in your chest, isn't it? Absolutely. And certain music and sounds give me goosebumps, usually drumming or symphonic metal. Not sure what that's called. I have no idea. But again, it's personal, isn't it? So it has to work for you. There are certain musics that I love, love, love. 80s pop, Jimmy Somerville all the way. But I love a bit of 80s rock as well. I think Journey, I meditate to them quite a lot. I've meditated to Fleetwood Mac songs as well. But it has to resonate for you. I cannot wrap my head, haha, pun intended, around rap. Love a bit of classical, don't mind a bit of jazz. Rap, no, not on my playlist. But again, has to be personal. Steve, think the drum beat is calming because it reminds of the heartbeat. Yeah, I think it does. And it has that regular beat to it, doesn't it? Yeah, love it. Jane, feel strangely drawn to throat singing lately. Might try it. I think that would make me cough. But it is quite fascinating to listen to. Very, very clever thing. Steve, lots of green parakeets in Romford. Noisy little buggers, love them though. Interesting. That's quite a random thing to have. Christine, love listening to Diva Premal to go to sleep. When I played it for our granddaughter, it made her cry. Oh, bless. I was trying to get her to sleep. She hated the sounds. See, very personal. Got to be very personal. I have some Hindu chants that I do listen to in meditation sometimes. That's very good. Steve, there's a book called This Is Your Brain on Music. Give it a read. Excellent. Thank you. Always like the recommendations. I am going to recommend Geraldine Byrne's new book. It's out in April. It has an Irish title, and I'm very, very bad at pronouncing it. But if you Google Geraldine Byrne on the Moonbooks website, you will find it. And it is, she draws on Irish folk magic. But they have a particular music magic. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Monique, I hear the whining of a transformer, but I don't like it. Yeah, it's different levels, isn't it? It is different levels. I love tattoos, obviously. Cannot stand the sound of the tattoo machine. It sounds to me like the drill of a dentist drill. I hate it. I have to kind of tune out the tattoo needle. Horrible sound. Jane, lost our dear little... Oh, Colleen on Monday, so sad. Oh, bless. I'll miss the sound of her meowing and yowling. She was very vocal. Oh, bless. Her spirit will still be around, I'm sure, Jane. That's always very sad. Steve, you can hear and feel all vibrations regardless of their origin. Yes, whether it is the hum of the traffic or the sound of the birds. Yes, absolutely. Emma, miss birdsong a lot, even with my hearing aid. It's softer birdsong. I don't hear it. Morgan's crows let me know they're there because their voice is louder than most. Yes, so I always say hello. Yes, crows are shouting so you can hear them. Steve, I'm passionate about sound. You may have guessed. Yes, I live with a drummer, so you know. Maria, listen to Pratchett audiobooks at night, but the only narrator I like reading them is Stephen Briggs. Sort of got used to Tony Robinson, can't listen to Nigel Planer. Interesting, isn't it? I've got a couple of the Pratchett books, and you know I love Pratchett. I have not managed to get through one audiobook yet. But I have been listening to Tony Robinson and Nigel Planer. I haven't tried Stephen Briggs yet. I will try his ones. It's got to be the right sound, hasn't it? It's very strange. We use, and have done for many years, instruments in our magical workings. When we used to have full moon gatherings, we would invite the participants to play specific ones, calling the elementals. The otherworldly beings, the elementals, the elements, they all respond to sound and to sound vibrations. It makes perfect sense to me to use sound in ritual. Absolutely. Angela, remember the first time I heard the Medieval Babes live? Very, very talented. Very, very talented. It was the first time I'd experienced sound in my chest and heart as well as my ears. Amazing acoustics at Croydon Fairfield Halls. That is a fantastic place. I fond memories of Croydon Fairfield Halls. It allowed me to stand on the stage that Eric Morecambe and Ernie Wise used to record their TV shows from. That's my claim to fame. That's my bit of fangirl, is I got to stand on the same stage as Eric and Ernie. Sound is amazing as it bypasses any resistance you might be carrying. Good point. It goes past all of our conscious thoughts. It goes past the worries, the doubts, the brain monkeys, and gets to the heart of it all, literally. Yes, absolutely. Steve, as a keen modular synthesizer musician, that's very 80s. I love the ability to craft sound in a very organic way. Seems a bit contradictory. No, I don't think it is. I think it is personal again, isn't it? Sound comes in so many different formats. Louise, plants respond to music, don't they? Yeah, apparently so. So I guess that feeds into what we're talking about. I think it also, if you are an animist like myself and you do believe that everything has an energy, it makes sense. Everything is connected for me. It is the web of weird. Everything is connected, whether it is the daybed, the dog, the staff in the corner, the magical stuff on the altar. It's all connected and we're all tapped into it. So sound vibrations travel along all of that web, all of the web of weird. Definitely. Yeah, it makes absolute sense. Steve being a bit premature. Good morning, Rachel. My favourite Poirot is John Moffat. He's in all of the BBC adaptations. Okay, I haven't heard those. I like the story being read to me. I'm not so keen on listening to the adaptations with all of the different characters, the actors, actresses, if that makes sense. There's Sad Cypress on BBC Sounds who done it at the moment. He's my Poirot. I will give him a listen. Also, my Sherlock is Clive Merrison, also on BBC Sounds. Totally agree. The reader's voice has to be right. Yes, absolutely. We all have those favourites, don't we? We do all have those favourites. Is it perhaps... I read the books, Sherlock books. I read those as a child. My grandfather introduced me to those, which I'm forever thankful for. So I'd read all of the books before I saw any TV adaptation of it. Probably Probably one of the old Basil Rathbone ones in black and white. I'm not that old, but one of the reruns of it might have been the first one. But the first Sherlock I really remember watching on television is Jeremy Brett. So that probably sticks, doesn't it? I think the first one that you see. And do you like Henry Cavill in Enola Holmes? Haven't watched that yet. His voice is in The Witcher, though. Okay. It is. That has to resonate, doesn't it? Cliff, there are loads of ambient soundscapes with pictures on YouTube. Yes, very useful. Anything from country pubs to a mountain chalet with open fire and the wind outside. I think we forget sometimes, don't we, that with all the apps on the phone and with YouTube, you can literally transport yourself to anywhere. And the sounds of those places will transport you to there as well. The sound is important. You can look at an image and get a picture in your head, but I think add the sounds to it and you are transported there, absolutely. Monique, the sound of a branch breaking very loud and the energy that it gives out is amazing, unless you're standing underneath it. Then it's probably quite terrifying. But yes, there are those sounds that you recognise, aren't there? You know instantly what that sound is. Steve, electronic instruments being used to create very organic, natural sounds, but then electricity is natural occurring energy. Yeah, and I think we forget this too, particularly when we're working magic. Magic is fluid. Witchcraft is fluid. For me, it is about moving with the times. So I do work magic with my phone. I work magic with the computer screen. I work magic with any of the electrical items. Sorry, am I talking too loud? Because it's energy. Electricity is energy. So use it and use it in your magical workings. Absolutely. Angela. Meant I was off on a trip to buy a bell next month, maybe a copper pot or two. Okay, that does make sense now. That does make sense. But yeah, copper pot. So I have a copper cauldron I bought from a secondhand junk store, and it's fabulous for working with because it does conduct energy. So it's brilliant. Tina, love some Hawkwind, very trance, love to dance, and anything that takes you away, anything that disconnects your conscious, I think, from that meditation point of view, perfect. Diane, sound of a well-played cello makes my spirit soar. Yes, I like cello. I like the double bass in a bit of, 50s stuff. Brilliant. Nicola, the sound of fire crackling took me back to past life when I was burnt as a witch. That's not a good sound. I then transformed the vibration of that lifetime and stepped into my power using the sound of element of fire. Nice way to turn it round. Nice. I do like fire. I like burning things. So I love a bit of fire. I'm assuming I wasn't ever burnt at the stake because I love burning stuff. Love the folks tunes. Bagpipes. Now there's a controversial one. That's a bit Marmite, isn't it? It's a bit love or hate. Do you not like bagpipes? No. You don't like the Hoover, do you? No, you don't like the Hoover at all. That stresses you out quite a lot. Bagpipes. They have to be played well, I think. Otherwise, they sound like you're trying to strangle a cat, I think. Jane, violin music makes me melancholy, but I love a bit of Vivaldi. I love classical music. I don't necessarily like the violin on its own, a single violin. But again, it's how it's played, I guess, and what they're playing. Louise, love bagpipes. Haven't actually found any Scottish ancestry, but I do wonder. I have a teeny tiny bit of Scottish in my DNA, apparently, but it's not going to make me like bagpipes. Steve, we're all so discouraged at school from making G sounds or singing unless it's considered musical. We need to free ourselves from the concept of correct sound and connect in a magical way. Yes. You do not need to be able to sing to work with sound magic. It's your voice, it's power, it's vibrations. Use it. Actually, you can sing the rainbow. I'm not going to sing it for you, but you can sing the rainbow. No, I don't work with chakras a lot. I have done courses. I work with crystals probably more than chakras. But you can sing the rainbow, which connects with the main chakras. So if you think about the chakras, crown, throat, solar plexus, all the other malarkey, and the sounds do, re, mi, so, fa, la, ti, do, it lines up. So you can actually sing to your chakras in the right tone by using that. I'm thinking of Sound of Music. I've got that sound in my head now, but it lines up. So if you want to sing your chakras into working properly, then you can do that, which works very well. Christine can quite easily fall asleep to NCIS. Oh, I do love NCIS, the original. When I get to bed, I'm wide awake. I do, yes, we do like a bit of NCIS. Very, very good. I think we're up to, they've just been renewed for season 24, I think. So pretty good going. Is it sad that I know that? Like a bit of murder mystery. Louise, plants respond to music, don't they? Yes. So I guess we can think of how nature responds to the music sounds we play. Oh, interesting. How it mutually affects us. Yes, two-way thing. Yes, that's a nice way of looking at it. Jane, the sun's come out in Romford. I told you I'd send some your way. Hello. Christine went to have a tooth repaired the other day. Dentist and nurse was singing to me. Made me relax while the tooth was being drilled. As long as the singing was nice singing. Cliff, hello, what are you doing? Listening to Viking music like Wardruna and Fawn. Yes, on headphones whilst walking through woodland helps connect me with the ancestors. Wardruna in particular, very, very good. I don't know Fawn. I will look them up. Yes, it's one and the same. Monique used to play the trumpet, not very well. I did in the Girls' Brigade band. I didn't play it for very long. They gave me the drum in the end. Not a sound you'd want to hear. Do you like bagpipes? The last post played on the steps of the Tower of London. Yes, I think it has a place, doesn't it? Are you all right there? Mm-hmm. Yes, it has a place, doesn't it? Oh, thank you. Okay, this is the name of Geraldine's book. Drach Chiel, I think is how you pronounce it. It was fascinating talking to her, and there will be a podcast episode going out on that as well. Steve, stand by a road in a city and town and tune into the sounds as if they were an orchestra. Yes, don't be put off by the fact that you are in a city or a town. Don't be put off by the fact that the sounds that you are listening to are traffic, people. It's all sound, which is all magical. Yeah, I think we get so stuck in that idea that to be magical, it has to be in the middle of a forest. It does not. Steve, for instance, the sound of earth would be a low pitch. Earthy air would be a higher pitch. Breathy, yes, that makes sense. Water midtones, waves, water droplets, running water, fire, the sound of cracking timber, tones. Yeah, it is making those associations, isn't it? Emma, do divination tools have sound? Yes, like when casting a bone set or witch's runes. So we do need a blanket there. Yeah, this is what you're waiting for, isn't it? Okay. Yes, they do. He likes to foam off the latte. I'm going to get lots of emails now about feeding the dog latte foam. He likes it, so there. Anyway, like casting a bone set or witch's runes, I'm not going to put that back on my coffee. Yes, it's not silly at all, Emma. This I noticed when Ness, Heather and I do our triad readings. I have tarot cards, obviously, so I shuffle them. You can hear those being shuffled, and there's a specific sound of cards being shuffled. But then I hear Ness. She's got her runes in a bag, and you can hear them rattling around as she sort of jumbles them up and then pulls them out and then throws them on the cloth. She's got a cowhide, and as they hit the deck, you can hear them. And Heather then has her set of bones, and there's all sorts of things in there, bones and pebbles and shells and fossils and things. You can hear those rattling around, and then you hear those hit the deck. She has a goat skin for hers. Yes, very, very specific sounds. Absolutely. Not silly. Not silly. Thank you, Steve. Lucky Fairy loves the violin. It has to be the right thing for me, I think. Louise, you mentioned earlier that seagulls appear when you're emotional. Yes. Can you elaborate a bit on seagulls? Because I'm being called to them for months. Off topic. We always go off topic. Well, it's not really, because it's the sound of them. I've worked with seagull for a long time. They, even before I kind of connected with them properly to work with as a spirit animal, seagulls are connected to the ocean. Ocean is water. Water is emotions. So for me, the seagull is very, very much about emotions. So they appear regularly because I live near the sea. So it is about recognizing I live near the sea. So I am going to hear seagulls nearly every single day. It is recognizing when they're there for a reason. And that's usually when they are louder and there are more of them. And they appear when I'm trying to deal with some emotions. Connect with them. Meditate. It sounds like the most boring answer to every single question, but meditate with the intention of meeting a seagull. Do a meditation where you set the scene that you are on the ocean, that you are by cliffs, that there's sand, and so that you can set them in the landscape where you're bound to find them, not miles out to sea because they live inland. Meditate and see what the message is for you. It might just be a one-off message. It might be that they are there for a short journey with you. It might be they're there for a long time, but you need to find that out by meditating to find out what the message is. But for me, it is always about emotions because they have such a strong tie to water, but because they're also birds, there's air involved in there, which is your headology and the way that you think about things and your intuition. So yeah, connect with them and find out what the message is. Diane, prefer the Northumberland pipes to the Scottish ones. It's less harsh. I did not know there was a difference. I'm going to have to Google that later, don't you? Susan, a while back I was dancing to She Sells Sanctuary. Fabulous. Loved it. Unfortunately, it was a 12-inch verse and nearly had a heart attack. Yeah, they go on for a bit, don't they? Yeah, bear that in mind. Good music, though. Lucky Fairy, bagpipes. I want to buy a castle in Scotland. Now there's a goal. Must have a past life in Scotland. Don't have any Scottish ancestry, I think. If you've got a calling and you feel a connection, go for it. Good, probably evening, Barbara. Cold and frozen North Carolina. It's like a tundra here, silent and profound. Silence. Definitely underestimating the sound of silence. It's a Simon and Garfunkel song, isn't it? Yeah, that devoid of sound. Apparently, if you locked yourself in a soundproof room where there is absolutely no sound, you would go mad within a very short period of time. But that peace when there aren't any sounds, very, very underrated, I think. Rachel loves burning stuff. Torch I use. Well, everything you do is fire related, really, isn't it? Torch I use for my work makes a lovely sound. Getting the mix of oxygen and gas when it makes the right sound to work with. Also love the sound of soaring. The rhythm of it until I break a blade. Magical sounds of jewelry making. Yes, absolutely. Pixie made. My little necklace and my bracelet with my wild boars on it. You're not allowed to eat the Cabbage Patch doll. You work with the elements all the time, don't you? A lot of sound involved in that. Very creative. Jane, the warden of the youth hostel in Helmsley used to clear the place every morning by playing bagpipes. Yeah, that would get rid of me too. song of dentist was, yes, it's true. I'm so happy to be treating you. Oh no. I'm glad they had good voices though. Katie, I have synesthesia. Don't get me to pronounce words. And I can see shapes as I listen to music. Nice. Listen to every kind of music, but experimental music and performance takes me to somewhere special. It is about immersing yourself into it, isn't it? And it is about treating sound as another magical tool. Absolutely. That is brilliant. Louise's uncle was a ship's captain. Apparently, used to wake people up in the early hours walking around when he was posted overseas. I think that's just being in the military, isn't it? You have to get up early. Cliff. As a railway anorak, the sound of a vintage diesel train. Oh no, that's a beautiful sound. In the distance, grunting and growling, struggles up the hill, then disappearing into the distance, takes me back to my childhood. In a similar vein, sitting at a railway station, especially a country station, listening to the sounds from is absorbing. The sound of a steam train is very magical, very magical. I used to work for a company, and our office was at Alton railway station. So we used to get and hear steam trains quite often. Very magical. Angela, my sister, she's 71, is learning to play the cello. She's not quite at the soul soaring point yet. She'll get there. I think this is important too. You're never too old to take up a new practice. Go for it. Good on her, I say. Can you recommend sounds for a broken nervous system, healing but struggle to relax? I've been looking into this actually, having come out the other side of the menopause. There's still a lot of stuff going on in my head. If you have a look on Spotify in particular, there are sound playlists for the vagus nerve, for resetting your metabolism, for resetting your nervous system. Do a bit of a search on Spotify, and there are actually specific playlists that are musical pieces designed to do things like healing the nervous system. So give it a search on Spotify, or probably even YouTube. You'll find some as well. There's a lot out there if you have a look for it. Definitely worth a try. Angela, sadly, panpipes. Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan of panpipes, I must admit. Saxophone, nice. Yes, nice. Steve, keep thinking about Pink Floyd. There's not a lot of bands that I really can't listen to. I'm afraid Pink Floyd are one of them. But again, this is, it's personal style, personal choice, isn't it? Do you know that the hour's up? Do you? So, fascinating subject. Have a think. Well, have a listen to all of the sounds that are round and about you, and open that extra bit of hearing and listen to beyond the obvious sounds and see what you can pick up on. We live in a very, very magical world, and all of it is magical, whether you are in the middle of a city or the middle of a field. It's all magical. So definitely open yourself up to that. So I will be back next Friday, but 7th of February, we have the online retreat. We are also running a lithomancy workshop online in March, I think it is. Details on the Kitchen Witch shop. We've got some online rituals running throughout the year as well, so have a look out for details of those as well. They are free and open to everyone. We've got a Waffling Witches on Friday the 13th of February, where we're going to talk about superstitions and 13 and all sorts of things. Otherwise, have a fantastic week. Listen to what's out there. And I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.